Alright, so here we are. Two top-tier multi-tools, Milwaukee's M18 Fuel and Dewalt's 18V XR. Both are cordless, both come packed with features, and both are fan favorites. But when it comes to real use, cutting into tough wood, sanding in tight corners, or just getting through a long day without your hands going numb, one of them pulls ahead. Maybe. That's what we're here to find out. We're breaking this down head to head, not just by numbers or brand hype. So if you've been on the fence, or maybe thinking of switching platforms, this is the kind of comparison you don't want to miss. Let's start from the outside. Holding them side by side, you notice a few things right away. Milwaukee's tool feels a bit chunkier. There's weight to it, and it feels planted in your hand. The body design lets you grip it in more than one way, which helps when you're working in odd positions. Dewalt, on the other hand, is slightly lighter. That makes it feel a bit more nimble, especially if you're moving around or working overhead. Now, Milwaukee did one thing great. They separated the motor from the main body. It almost floats. That's not just a cool trick. It actually reduces how much vibration reaches your hand. We'll talk more about that in a bit. Dewalt's design keeps things tighter and a bit more compact. It's not bad, it still feels professional, but if you've used both, you can feel the difference in how relaxed your grip is over time. Both have LED lights, which is handy in crawl spaces or under cabinets. Milwaukee throws out a wider light thanks to the 180-degree span. Dewalt's is bright too, just not as spread out. Let's move to performance, how they cut. This is where Milwaukee kind of flexes. It runs between 10,000 and 20,000 oscillations per minute. With a 4.2-degree swing, it covers more ground with each pass. That means faster cuts, and in practice, you feel that difference. Whether it's hardwood, old trim, or even metal with embedded nails, it just rips through clean. Now Dewalt also holds up pretty well. The brushless motor is no slouch, and for lighter jobs, sanding, softwoods, or quick cut-ins, it handles just fine. But when you get into thicker or denser material, it starts to show some drag. Dewalt swings at 1.6 degrees, so it's tighter. That gives you more control for detail work, but also means slower material removal. So if you're doing precision cuts, Dewalt can feel a little easier to guide. But if speed and power matter more in your day, Milwaukee takes the edge. Also, Milwaukee's auto load feature, super handy. We'll talk about that in a moment. Here's where things get closer. Milwaukee uses their red lithium X C5.0 battery. Dewalt comes with a 5 amp-hour XR battery. Both deliver strong run times. You'll get through a bunch of cuts on a single charge. In fact, depending on the type of work you're doing, you might not notice much of a difference. But Milwaukee seems to handle heavier tasks with less battery drop. That's likely thanks to its RedLink Plus system, which helps the tool adjust its draw to the demand. So when you're pushing it hard, it's not overworking the battery. Dewalt's setup is reliable too, especially for mid-range jobs. But under load, it can start to warm up and drop faster. Still, in terms of day-to-day use, both hold enough juice to get through jobs. Before we move on, a quick heads up. If you're finding this comparison helpful, hit that subscribe button to inspire more valuable content from us. Thanks either way. Alright, back to it. This is where the small things make a big difference. Milwaukee's auto load is something we don't see often. When you start your cut, it begins slow. Once the blade meets resistance, the tool automatically kicks up to full speed. It sounds simple, but it helps keep your start clean, especially when you're doing plunge cuts or working near edges. You get more control without needing to adjust manually. Now, Dewalt doesn't have auto load. Instead, it uses a variable speed trigger. And that's a double-edged thing. On one hand, it gives you full control with your finger. On the other, it means you have to keep that trigger held down throughout the cut. If you're working in an awkward spot, that can be tiring, or limit how you hold the tool. When it comes to noise, Milwaukee runs a little quieter. Still loud, because these tools move fast, but the pitch and vibration feel more contained. Dewalt has more of a sharp tone and more vibration. Over time, that starts to wear on your hand. Now let's talk about attachments. Milwaukee uses a lever system to change blades, but here's the catch. You still need to twist and loosen the knob underneath. It's not fully tool-free if you can't hand loosen it. The magnetic blade holder helps, but it's not as quick as it should be. Dewalt? That's where they nailed it. Their quick change system is fast and simple. Pull, swap, and you're back to work. It's one of the fastest setups out there, and it works with almost every brand's blades thanks to their universal adapter. Dust control isn't something you always think about with multi-tools, but both support attachments. Dewalt includes a dust adapter that works with their airlock system. Milwaukee doesn't focus as much here, but with their design, dust tends to blow outward instead of clogging the cut zone. Now if we look at the price, there's a clear gap. The Milwaukee M18 fuel comes in at around $174.80 for the bare tool. That's without a battery or charger. So yeah, it's on the higher side, but you're paying for the added power, the smoother cuts, and the features like auto load and low vibration. For folks already using Milwaukee's M18 batteries, that price makes more sense. It fits right into the system. On the other hand, Dewalt's 18V XR is sitting at about $99.45, also as a bare tool. That's a solid difference. It's more affordable and still packs enough punch for most day-to-day tasks. If you already have Dewalt batteries or just need a good all-around tool without pushing the limits, this price is hard to ignore. So yeah, Milwaukee costs more, but it's aimed at more demanding jobs. Dewalt keeps things lean and easier on the wallet, which is great if you want value without losing too much on performance. So here's how it breaks down. If you want raw cutting speed, better vibration control, and more power under pressure, Milwaukee's M18 fuel stands out. That auto load setting makes plunge cuts easier. The extra reach from the 4.2 degree swing gives faster results, and your hands feel better at the end of the day. It's built for tough jobs and long sessions, but it comes with a higher price, and Dewalt is a little more budget-friendly. If your focus is on flexibility, faster blade swaps, and general control, Dewalt has a lot going for it. It's lighter, easier to handle in tight spots, and that trigger gives you direct control. For finer tasks and occasional cuts, it holds up great. And for users deep into the Dewalt 18V line, it fits right in. At the end of the day, both tools are built for work, but Milwaukee feels like it's made for the heavier grind, while Dewalt leans into precision and speed of setup. So that's our head-to-head look at the Milwaukee M18 Fuel versus the Dewalt 18V XR Oscillating Multi-Tool. Hopefully this gave you a better feel for how they actually perform, not just what's printed on the box. Thanks for watching. If you liked this comparison and want more like it, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button.